Today, spiders are a highly diverse group, with over 50,000 species documented worldwide, playing vital roles as predators in ecosystems. Their evolution showcases a remarkable journey of adaptation, innovation, and resilience. But spiders had humble beginnings. The order Arachnid, also known as spiders, have a long evolutionary history, with origins tracing back to over 380 million years ago during the Devonian period. They evolved from a group of ancient arachnids closely related to scorpions and other chelicerates, many of which reaching great sizes. In prehistory, Megarachne cervinae was once thought to be the world's largest spider to have ever existed, reaching the size of a small dog. But this has since been revealed to more likely be a eurypterid or sea scorpion, as opposed to a true spider. Although often depicted as gargantuan monsters in prehistoric media, it is perhaps surprising that prehistoric spiders rarely even come close to the size of the largest spiders alive today. Species like Theraphosa blondi, the Goliath bird-eater that reaches a span of 12 inches, easily dwarfing the largest fossilized true spider specimens, making it the largest spider known to science. Or is it? The Congolese giant spider, also known as CHARITIES, is a cryptid that originates from the folklore of the Congo region in Central Africa. It is said to be an enormous spider-like creature, described in various accounts as having terrifying dimensions and appearance similar to that of a tarantula or other large arachnids. Witnesses claim that the CHARITIES has a leg span ranging from 3 to 6 feet, though some reports suggest an even greater size. This makes it far larger than any known spider species alive today or in the past. It is often described as having a brown or dark-colored body with a hairy texture, similar to that of a tarantula. It's also said to have a low, flat body with thick legs and fangs capable of delivering venom. Some accounts mention it having large, intimidating eyes that reflect light, and despite this gargantuan size, it is said to move with alarming speed, making it difficult to escape once spotted. The report involving R.K. Lloyd and Arthur Symes in 1938 is one of the more frequently cited accounts in discussions about the CHARITIES. Although it lacks scientific documentation, it provides a vivid and memorable description of the alleged encounter. The story goes, R.K. Lloyd and Arthur Symes were British explorers traveling through the dense rainforest of the Congo Basin during an expedition in 1938. Their goal was to map uncharted territory and document the region's flora and fauna. They were accompanied by a group of local guides and porters who were familiar with the area. While trekking along the narrow jungle path, the group came across a large, sticky web stretching across the trail. The web was described as being unusually strong and much larger than the webs of known spider species. The group stopped to examine it, puzzled by its size and construction. Suddenly, a massive spider emerged from the underbrush nearby. According to their account, the spider had a leg span comparable to that of a small dog, estimated at least at 4 to 6 feet. Its body was dark brown and hairy, with thick, robust legs. The creature reportedly moved quickly and aggressively, which startled the men. The guides and porters were said to have been terrified, claiming that such spiders were known in the region and warned the explorers to keep their distance. They referred to the creature as CHARITIES and explained that these spiders were ambush predators, known to create large webs to trap prey or dig burrows to lie in wait. Feeling threatened, the group quickly retreated, leaving the area without further investigation. Lloyd and Symes later recounted their experience to colleagues and journalists, and their story became part of the lore surrounding the CHARITIES. The Lloyd and Symes report remains one of the more dramatic and well-known FoFi sightings, but its lack of corroborative evidence mean it is regarded with skepticism by scientists. However, it continues to capture the imagination of cryptozoologists and enthusiasts of mysterious creatures. The Congolese giant spider is believed to inhabit the dense rainforests of the Congo Basin. Local legends suggest it creates underground burrows and camouflages itself within the thick foliage, much like their much smaller relatives known to science. The spider is said to weave the large, intricate webs, sometimes stretching across jungle paths to ensnare prey. This is a behavior very similar to most orb-weaving spiders that are found throughout the world. Though, unlike these much smaller spiders, these webs are described as strong and sticky, strong enough to be capable of trapping even large animals. As all spiders are, it is alleged to be a skilled ambush predator, using its webbing or burrow to trap and kill its prey, which may include small to medium mammals, birds, and even humans, according to some exaggerated accounts. Locals claim that the species lays eggs the size of peanuts in underground nests, which hatch into spiderlings that are a bright yellow with a purple abdomen. Descriptions and stories of these animals are often passed down through oral traditions, and are regarded by some local communities as fact rather than myth. Indigenous tribes in the Congo Basin, such as the Baka and Aka Pygmies, have long spoken of the FoFi. According to some visitors, elders of these tribes often warn travelers about walking in areas where the spiders are said to live, particularly paths overgrown with thick foliage where the animals are likely to hide. Nighttime being the most common time to encounter these nocturnal predators, making the encounters rare but dangerous. Some of the indigenous people of the region describe encounters where humans have fallen victim to its predation. These accounts are often passed down as warnings. Much of what is known about these animals outside of their native land was culminated by William J. Gibbons, a cryptozoologist who claims to have interviewed some of the local people. In his expeditions, Gibbons interviewed numerous villagers and tribal leaders who shared their own accounts of encounters with the giant spiders, often using words that had little to no equivalent in English. For example, a Baka tribesman described the FoFi as a spirit of the forest, something that was both feared and revered. He explained that the spider was associated with both death and protection, which might explain why there are so few confirmed reports of people actively searching for it. An Aka guide in the Congo claimed that his grandfather once fought off a FoFi using fire and a spear. He described how the spider's body was so large it filled a wooden crate, and its legs were strong enough to crush a small animal with a single movement. Some tribal members claim that the spiders are more active during the rainy season when their burrows are more likely to flood, increasing the chance of encounters above ground. One story from a villager in the Congo told of a young child who wandered into a web and was fatally bitten by the spider that spun it. The villagers reportedly hunted the spider down, killing it with spears and fire. There are some out there that claim that these are examples of exaggerated folklore. The stories may stem from cultural tales or exaggerated descriptions of large real spiders, some even claiming them to be Goliath bird-eaters, which would be even more surprising, as that species does not live in Africa, but across the world in South America, in countries like Brazil instead. In fact, the largest known spider in Africa is the king baboon spider, Pteronochilus marinus, and this species only reaches 20 centimeters and isn't even found in the Congo, instead being found across the continent in places like Tanzania and Kenya. The largest native spider to the Congo is the aptly named Congo tarantula, Heteroscodra maculata, a species that would be wildly difficult to confuse with the Congolese giant spiders, as they only reach sizes of 13 centimeters or 5.1 inches. And unlike the burrow-dwelling giant spiders, the Congo tarantula is more arboreal, living within nooks and crannies within trees and shrubs. Some people even claim that the tuba fofi is a misidentified other large creature, like a monkey or bird, mistaken for a giant spider in the dim light of the jungle. Others even claim it to be some sort of prehistoric species, though fossil evidence does not support this claim, as was stated at the beginning of this video. Further skepticism points to a flaw in arachnid biology. Spiders are physiologically limited in size by their respiratory system, book lungs, and the constraints of gravity on their exoskeletons. This, together with the relatively low abundance of atmospheric oxygen compared to even primitive times, means there is no evolutionary incentive for spiders to reach large sizes. Additionally, no physical evidence such as remains or clear photographs have been produced to validate the creature's existence. Despite the lack of scientific evidence, the tuba fofi remains a fascinating topic in cryptozoology, blending folklore, human fascination, and perhaps even the innate arachnophobia within us all to create an incredibly enrapturing tale of a monster larger than life.